We've got Dark Remedy waiting backstage. They are no stranger to this podcast. Matt, will you do the honors? I think we have Cary. Do we have Cary and J-Rod or just Cary?
We've got both of them, but we can just leave J-Rod backstage if we want.
Well, he said he was in Australia anyway, so I don't want to mess up his juju. You know, where's the koala?
How's it
Gentlemen.
going, fellas?
What's up?
It doesn't look like Australia over there, J-Rod.
It's very Australian here. Our koalas are outside.
He's next door to an outback, so that counts.
He's just finished fighting with a kangaroo.
That's right.
There you go. There you go.
Well, welcome to the show, gentlemen. You guys, for people who might be new to our podcast and might not be familiar with you, go ahead and tell them who you are.
I'm Cary.
I'm J-Rod, and we're Dark Remedy.
Okay. Where are you guys based out of?
Yeah, give us the backstory.
Tell us.
Tampa. We started up in Virginia, but we're down in Tampa now. J-Rod's the only one hanging on. He's in Alabama.
That's right. He's on the coast.
Okay.
Golf.
And
Close enough.
you guys have some very exciting stuff coming up. You recently released a single called Let Me Go, which has been doing really, really well for you across the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And you've got some shows coming up as well, right? You guys haven't performed live yet, have you?
No, we haven't. It's kind of wild for me. We started talking about putting this thing together back in 19, released our first single in 20. Didn't really know if we were ever going to be, a band that would play live. We're just going to do studio stuff. It was just a side project. And here we are. Now we're playing live, which is, it's awesome for me to see finally getting out there. And, we got a lot of fans throughout the years that we haven't been able to meet in person. We talk to them online and comment back and forth, but it's a different thing to be able to shake their hand, give them a hug, and thank them.
Well, you guys have two amazing opportunities coming up to connect with those fans. Tell us about it.
April 21st, this coming Monday. We're in J-Rod's hometown, Mobile, Alabama, at Soul Kitchen with Nothing More, and they just announced that Kingdom Collapse will be there too, which is on another level super cool for us. We're very close with those guys. We love them to death. They're like extended family for us. So the fact that our first show, that it wasn't originally supposed to be Kingdom Collapse, but now it is, and we're there, like, it's just I told Jonathan, it's like poetic justice for me. It's so cool. And then May 15th, where are we at, J-Rod?
We are at Club LA, one of my favorite places in the world to play. And we are with Miss Dorothy, who is absolutely killing it. She just recently put out a song with Slash. We're supposed to be going to Club LA. I love Destin. It's a cool place to be. The weather, the venue is incredible. The people are incredible. And we're excited. I mean, excited is probably an understatement,
Yeah.
I mean, getting supports, like getting, to open for acts on that level out the gate is pretty remarkable. It's not something that you find very often. You usually have to go ahead and, tour for quite a bit before you are offered opportunities like that. What happened on the back end that you were able to get those opportunities? That's absolutely phenomenal.
I think it's work. I mean, Cary's been putting in work for a long time. Dark Remedy's put in work for a long time. I've put in work for a long time. You guys have known me for, I guess, 3-4 years now. And it was kind of like the stars just aligned in the right way. We wanted to, when we found out Kingdom was going to be a part of the tour, we were like, man, I'd love to be able to get on one of those shows just to be able, because like you said, we're super close with those guys. And then one happened to be here where I live. And it the door was just kind of there, and it opened up. And as you can see, it kind of worked out in the favor of Kingdom Collapse because they weren't going to be on the show. And, it worked out in so many good ways.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Mike's dad was supposed to be on those dates.
Right.
Unfortunately, they had some illness in their camp. And
Yeah.
so nothing more offered Kingdom Collapse to come on for the rest of the dates. So that's going to be really exciting for you guys. I'm super stoked. Matt, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask Cary a question because obviously J-Rod's not the original singer. And Let Me Go was the first single that J-Rod was on. What's it been like working with him and bringing him into the band and building up that rapport with him? Because like for me personally, watching Dark Remedy, I saw like some trajectory that you're making with the singles and stuff like that. And then like Let Me Go seemed to like push you that little bit further. Now you're doing these shows with like Darfrey and Nothing More. And it just seems that trajectory like spiked. Do you see that within the band? And what's the rapport been like with J-Rod and the rest of the band members?
Yeah. And I mean, Let Me Go is an incredible song. We're really proud of it. And I'm proud of everything we've done prior to this. I mean, you know, me and Steven, it was just me and him for years up until, you know, this point. And, you know, we put our hearts and souls into it. And, you know, J-Rod has Steven's blessing and vice versa. And Steven still works for the band behind the scenes, which is cool. But like, I don't know, the entire Dark Remedy camp, we have a different outlook on things now. You know, I mean, I would lie if I said there weren't times over the past few years where we've wanted to throw the towel in, that we're like, this is a fucking uphill battle that we're never going to win. You know, we're the underdogs here, just, you know, trying to do what we want with our art. You know what I mean? Because that's at the end of the day, we're artists, and, you know, yeah, there's a commercial aspect to it, but I can say we've always maintained, you know, true to our art. And, you know, there could have been some easier paths. We chose to do it our way. And it's a risk that you never know if it's going to work out. You never know if you release a song, people are going to like it or hate it. So to see, like, I mean, I can tell you the response to Let Me Go is out of this world. I mean, I've had to mute notifications on Instagram because it's like, you know, we're just getting blown up constantly. I think our Instagram has like tripled or something, close to it, since Let Me Go came out. We're sitting at like almost 600,000 streams on Pandora. It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah. And it's got to be, you know, you said it was you and Steven for a long time, just, you know, grinding away. And it started as a side project. And like you said before, you know, when you first came on, you didn't know whether you'd be out playing shows. What's that like for you, finally getting out there and playing Dark Remedy material?
Dude, it's like having a child almost, and like it's like watching them graduate. That's kind of what it feels like, you know. I don't know how to describe it, and I'll be honest with you, I'm shitting my fucking pants right now. I mean,
good.
It's nothing more, you know.
Yeah.
And Nothing More is about as hot as they've ever been. Same with Dorothy, and you know, we know the whole world is watching us, so there's a lot of pressure.
There is, but there's also a great opportunity for you to get in front of some new fans and build that fan base and get some more listeners and those stream numbers up and stuff like that. It's a great opportunity, I think.
I saw Nothing More at the Soul Kitchen the last time they were there with Post Profit and I forget who there was a third.
It was
band.
From Ashes to New and Set It Off.
Yep.
Okay. And fuck, they were good. So you're right. Like the bar is high. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be people there.
Though, you know?
No, for sure.
You know, I've heard, you know, people sometimes have the idea of, you know, I want to go out there and smoke all the other bands. Fuck that. I want everybody to be killer because the fans benefit. You know, it's just in Kingdom Collapse coming into the fold. Like I know that show on Monday is going to be absolutely nuts. It's going to be something to remember.
Well, why don't we go ahead and play Let Me Go so that way people know what they are getting into. Matt.
Jared, I'll let you do the honors.
You talking about you're still the producer though, Matt, right?
You're
ready.
The button pushing. You've already got a question before we play video.
All right. So I got you. I want to make sure we're on the same page, and I didn't know to click too soon. Anyway, so fellas, we this is kind of a thing we do on the show here for the song. If we play a video for somebody, tell us everything or tell us nothing. It's up to you.
About Let Me Go.
Yeah. About the video.
Man, it's been incredible. From the start to finish, the recording. You know, we worked with an amazing producer, Mr. Chris Dawson. We had Pepper Gomez and Wake Up Music behind the song. We shot the video with Mr. Thomas Crane. It's been a whirlwind of awesomeness, if I'm being honest. It's kind of one of those moments where I'm just like, I mean, I don't get humbled. I mean, sometimes I'm cocky, but this was like one of the most humbling things to me. And I love this song. I have this passion for it. Every time I hear it, it just hits me. Every time I still get goosebumps when I listen to the song.
It's a good one for sure.
Right.
Let's kick it off.
And I'll say one thing: if you don't know who Dark Remedy are and you do not like Dark Remedy after Let Me Go, there's something wrong with you. This is Let Me Go on the Sound 228.
Damn.
Killer.
Very good.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That's a lot to unpack. Let's try to do it.
I saw some of the comments, by the way. Thank you so much, everybody.
Before we get into, I just want to reply to Jonathan's comment of why I'm so serious. One, I haven't had enough apple juice. And two, my back is killing me.
And he hasn't punched a baby in a while.
Yeah. That's why, Jonathan.
It's generally frowned upon, Matt.
Things are different in the UK, man. It's a whole different culture.
I guess so.
So you mentioned Chris Dawson. Right. I want to get into that, and then I also want to get into the video, but let's start with Chris first. So walk us through recording with that guy. We've had him on the show. I follow him on all the socials, man. I see what he does. I've heard all his music. Outside looking in, nothing but great positive things to say, and I'm jealous that y'all have worked with the guy. I want to, you know what I mean? As a musician, I want to work with the guy. What is it like?
Dude, he's fucking awesome.
Pretty insane. Yeah. It's a business mindset when you go in there. We're there to work. You know, we've had the opportunity to work with not just him, but another really good producer as well. With that stuff soon, but I mean, me we're there, and we go 90-0 from the time we get there to the time we leave.
You're sideways, my dear.
Me?
Yeah, everybody do.
There we go. Oh,
now we go.
Leave it upside down. No, that's cool. That's cool as shit. Just leave it like that.
What the fuck is going
on?
on?
Doing that.
Trip everybody out. We'll trip everybody out. But no, like I guess, yeah, just leave it like that. It looks like some Jamiroquai shit. That's cool. What more specifically, what did he walk y'all that song? I mean, was it a full idea mapped out already? We ask a lot of bands this question, you know, was there writing that went on in the studio? Was it just an idea, like a riff? I mean, what was the process there?
It was start from scratch. We went in the room and said, hey, let's write a killer ass track. And
so you had almost nothing?
Yeah, it was nothing. This was a blank canvas when we walked in the room.
Wow.
Yeah. Me and Cary actually just got back from there.
That's cool.
Yeah. The the other producer, by the way, that he was talking about is in the chat, Jonathan Norris.
Oh, we've heard of that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's heard of him. He's in this little band called Collapse.
He
sings as well.
He's in a band?
He is.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
Apparently,
I thought he was like a gymnast.
Vocals and I don't know.
No. He's very acrobatic, but no, he also sings.
The next single, however, is also a Chris Dawson single that we actually just did a couple weeks ago, and we cannot wait for people to hear that one. If you like Let Me Go, we kicked it up another notch on this one.
Yeah, Let Me Go is definitely a vibe,
Hell
but the new one is it's
When,
insane.
when can we expect to be hearing that? And J-Rod, why haven't I had it yet?
Independent.
That's my two questions.
Such a shame he doesn't send you really cool messages.
Right. Um, we're shooting for end of May, I think is what me and Cary were talking about. We're trying to do some more stuff with this one, trying to, with Let Me Go growing like it has, we want to, always grow, make everything bigger every time we do it. And our team is just doing some incredible stuff that's helping us grow social media, streaming numbers, everything is growing. And that's what we're trying to do is just get bigger with it and bigger with it. We, we want to be playing those rooms that you guys were talking about, even if they're
Yeah.
500 cap, 1,000 cap. We want to be playing those rooms and be able to be like, hey, they're here to hear these really cool songs that we got to write, and they're here to see us. It's a really cool feeling. But the new song is it's insane. Like you guys will definitely have it, I'm sure. We're actually going to shoot the video for this one with. Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah.
Are we okay to say this? I don't know if we're allowed to or not. Mr.
Yep.
Juan Ibanez,
Oh, he's a
who's
master.
done, work with a lot of bands, and we're excited to get to work with him. He seems super excited to work with us, so we're stoked. Our team is getting nothing but better every time we do stuff. I mean, we can't thank Pepper and Wake Up for what they do enough. Jason Castle for the stuff he does for us, Jonathan Norris for everything he's helped us, Chris Dawson, the videographers we work with, the photographers we've worked with, you guys for supporting us, all the stations that support us. I mean, that's the difference. And you guys are the pillars of it, and then the fans are the biggest part of it. And it's crazy to see how much we've grown just I've been with you guys since what, Cary, September?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the music that we've worked on. Every time we walk into a room, it goes from here to here. Every single time.
Speaking of that, on Monday they're going to hear some of that. We when we went to build out the set list for these shows, I wanted to look forward and not as much back. So there's going to be some stuff from the old catalog, but most of the set list is unreleased music. Upcoming singles. The only one we're not playing just yet, we're probably gonna play it in Destin, but we're not playing it Monday, is the next single. We're kind of keeping that one a little close to the vest right now.
Yeah.
Well, can we talk a little bit about the video that we just watched? Because that was you talk about it, J-Rod. You've been only with them since September. Come out with a banger like that. And then I always like to point out when a band like hits it on their video, because we live in a video world, right? I mean, obviously that's a component of it. I was thoroughly impressed there. Who did it? What was the concept? How did the ideas come for that? Like, walk us through that just a bit.
You want that one?
It was Thomas Crane, and when that was J-Rod's first thing with us, so I'm like, dude, like, whatever you want to do with this, like, let's do it. So we talked about it, and then we talked about it with Thomas. We kind of came up with the plan, and we're pretty happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, the story it kind of told is kind of one that a lot of people can relate to. I mean, it's a song about breaking up and heartbreak and stuff that people go through, but there's so many aspects of life you can relate it to. It's definitely, the video was a really cool experience for me because it's my first time being in like a studio type room. I had done videos outside and in different settings, but that was the first one in like a real movie type studio room to be able to just wow, and Thomas brought it to life. I mean, it was really cool.
Yeah, killer.
I love it.
Killer.
That was a fun shoot too. We had a good time.
Yep.
We we don't all get together as often as we would like with, J-Rod's up in Mobile. The rest of us are here in Tampa. So on these video shoots, we get like an Airbnb and we all stay together, and we always end up with memories from each of these trips. So that's a bonus to us.
Yep.
This is another question we ask a lot of bands nowadays, because I think your situation is more common. It almost seems like from us, Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, I feel like more bands or multi-state bands than all in one state bands that we talk to, at least. What's the writing process like for you guys? Is it someone puts a guitar riff in Pro Tools or something and then emails it out? J-Rod, you get it at some point and do vocals alone over what you've got? Or do y'all have writing sessions where y'all are able to get in a room together? How's that working?
So Cary is actually a big part of the writing vocals with me. We do all the vocals together. As a matter of fact, Jonathan Norris and some of the stuff we work with him has been a part of the writing process. It's kind of a everybody's involved thing. We do a majority of the vocals, you know, but it's kind of an everybody plays their part, and we kind of go through a whole process together. I actually go down to Tampa almost every other weekend right now too, so I can rehearse with the guys and we can work on stuff. So we are in the room a lot together, more than we were initially, but a lot of it has been just like this, video chatting. You know, a lot of it, you know, you have Jamulus and all that kind of stuff you can use nowadays. But, you know, we get on the video chat, and I mean, Cary and me and Jonathan have been on a video chat for like 6 and 7 hours before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, did I hear you right?
Common. Where, like, I can't even tell you if Jonathan's still in the chat. I mean, bro, how many hours over the past year have we spent on FaceTime? It's like probably a crazy number.
Are you, let's unpack a little bit of that if we got a little bit more time before we have to get to our next guest. But so J-Rod, number one, you're going down to Tampa every other weekend from Mobile?
Yep. Are
you
I'm
driving?
Actually flying. I'm actually leaving. I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning and fly in tomorrow morning. I usually drive, but I'm flying in the morning because we've got stuff we got to do over the next couple of days to get ready for Monday. So
what is the drive time from Mobile to Tampa?
Depends on who's driving, I'll be honest with you.
All right, give me
traditionally it's about 7 hours, maybe 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay. So, and you still work a regular job?
Oh yeah, I manage three mechanic shops now.
Yeah, and you have a family?
Yep, a wife and 2 boys.
There you go. So what I'm getting at, people, is if you're a musician, you're in a band, you want to start a band, you're looking to get into this shit. It's like, are you hearing what this dude's saying? He's every other weekend driving 7 hours down to Tampa to what? Write, rehearse, record, whatever.
Right, rehearse. Everything we can get done over those weekends, we do. Promos, content, everything.
What is that?
And it's like a grind, and that comes from him more than anything. I mean, you guys know me. You know how much I grind. He's just as much, if not double, what I do. And it's an all-the-time thing. But it's not just us. The other guys in the band are the same way. There's 4 of us, and it's every day. We talk every day. We discuss every day. We almost have a plan for every day what everybody's going to be doing.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I mean, if you look at anybody successful in any industry, they got there because of a drive, a work ethic, being willing to put the hours in that everybody else is asleep and you're up working. I mean, that's kind of what it takes. We have big goals. I mean, we don't hide that. We're not content. We're not satisfied. You know, we want to go to the Grammys. We want all that shit. So we understand to do that. It's sacrifice and commitment. And J-Rod, I mean, he puts it in.
Does that put you, J-Rod, at like Saturday to what, Sunday night? Like time down there? What is that?
Sometimes I'll leave work after Thursday and I'll drive from 5 p.m. and I'll get in about 1 o'clock his time because of the time change. So I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually I come in on Friday night. We rehearse for 4 or 5 hours on Saturday. We rehearse for 4 or 5 hours on Sunday. And on Saturday after that, we do all the other stuff we have to do. And then on Sunday night, I drive home. And then I'm back at work at 7 a.m.
God, people, please pay attention to that, bro. Hats off to you, man. That's what I said. You were saying too about commitment, go to the Grammys, all this shit that y'all want. I was talking about a different situation on some different things, but here's like the takeaway. And this is the part that people don't understand. If you want to get to like a level at something, doesn't matter what you're doing, before you get to that like breakthrough moment where it's all fucking, you know, you're just crushing it. You're on all the big shows and everybody's like, oh, overnight success and all that shit. It got real uncomfortable at some point for everybody who's ever made it at that level, right?
Yeah.
Like there are so few people that just put out one song and it was just, you know, off to the races or whatever. That's like rare. That's like winning the lottery. It's not the norm, right? It's got to be super uncomfortable for a while before you get there. And I'm glad to hear you guys say that. That's impressive.
You've got to grind in this industry. Like I talked to J-Rod and Cary behind the scenes, like, you know, swap messages and whatever, but you've got to grind in this scene. You, especially like a lot of people will think like, you know, you're on Wake Up Music Rocks. Once you sign to a label, a lot of bands will just think, oh, it's our time to put our feet up. No, that's the time that you have to start working harder when you've got a team behind you as well, because then you've got to live up to expectations. And I see a lot of people in this industry and bands and stuff that once they get management, once they get companies behind them that are doing these things, they just want to sit there with their feet up.
See, for me, the thing I always told everybody, you know, like I remember when we knew the contract was coming in, I said, I just want to be real clear with everybody. This means the work is not done. This means now you work harder than ever because somebody's willing to take a chance on you, or you're seeing some signs like with Let Me Go doing so well. Like there's people saying, here's your chance, but it's up for you to walk through it. So the real work begins, and it gets more and more and more the bigger things get.
Yeah. And it's like on my end with the sound and riff, like if you as a band are not doing your job, I can't do mine.
Right.
You know, like world premieres on the sound. If I tell you, oh, I'm going to premiere you on the sound, if you're not sending me the assets I need, I can't do my job, can I? You know, and when you've got those people behind you, like Pepper, I love Pepper to pieces. Yeah. But you know, when you've got her kicking your ass, it gives you incentive then. But bands, you've got to grind in this industry to make it. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Well, it's the never being satisfied mindset. We're never satisfied. No matter what we're doing, we want more. You know, we're not trying to be better than the guys next door in their garage. We're trying to be the guys, like he said, holding the Grammy. I want to be in competition with Shinedown and 3 Days Grace. I want to be in competition with those guys.
That's right. That's huge. That's huge. Well, gentlemen, I love what I'm hearing. I love what I'm seeing. It sounds definitely, you know, every now and again we talk to some people, then we wonder if the mindset is correct. I definitely don't have that vibe with you guys. You know, it's definitely where it needs to be. So I'm sure now it's just a matter of executing, right? Because that's all there is left. Yep. What you're doing, I'm saying, but it's just to continue, wash, rinse, repeat, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already looking into next year. You know, we kind of have it all planned out. Things don't always go as planned, but it's bigger and bigger and bigger every time, and keeping that momentum going because the fans deserve it. You know, we have something to prove to ourselves. To me, it's not as much of a competition as maybe I'm proving something to myself, or you know, want to leave a legacy. You know, hope that my art helps somebody get through something, because I mean that's what Dark Remedy is about. We write about the human condition. I want to help people with that. So, you know, the more people that hear it, the more people you help. That's the way I look at it.
I want to flash this comment real quick before we wrap things up. Here it goes. Renee says, content is key. Not everyone has Sirius XM, and your music isn't being played on everyone's local rock radio, but everyone has social media, and that is correct. And we are playing them on the sound. So, you know, download the app. Our radio station's cranking that tune out right now. So, and a bunch of other bands that are in our, you know, what we call like our family of music, man. I mean, there's a lot out there that aren't getting the you know, the love that they should, I feel like, across the nation. And that's what we're doing is try to increase that exposure.
Definitely. So where's the best place for new fans of Dark Remedy tonight to find you and talk to you?
Instagram, Facebook, darkremedyband.com. Just search Dark Remedy. We're everywhere. We have a Facebook group that we're very active in called the Dark Remedy Cult. Feel free to join that. It's a good time. But we're pretty easy to get a hold of. You know, we love talking to fans. We love hearing what the song means to them. So, you know, we're approachable. We don't bite.
Love it.
Awesome. Matt, let's flash that flyer one more time before they exit here. And just let's remind people where they need to be. That's next Monday.
Monday. Monday, Mobile, Alabama with Nothing More. And then the following show is with Dorothy at Club LA in Destin, May 15th.
And we should be announcing a tour here very soon too.
Sweet.
It's in the works.
So follow them
gentlemen,
on
thank
social and keep your eyes peeled, people.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so
your
much for having us.
Yeah, for hopping in, man.
And thank you for this, by the way.
You're
This was
welcome.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
February
great.
edition.
Absolutely. It's still available for sale online at thesound228.com.
They
You
are
want that
indeed.
physical copy?
I'm
Go get
punting
it.
for you guys.
That's right.
All
Thank you guys. We appreciate you
your time,
guys so much.
All right. You have a good
See
one.
you again soon.
Thank you.
Later.